poultry farmers whose birds were destroyed following an outbreak of avian flu in 2015 are pleading with their Greek ministry and other relevant bodies to pay their compensations due them. About 60 farmers were affected during 2 separate destructions following the outbreak of the flu.
Birds were destroyed in 2 separate outbreaks in an attempt to stop the spread of the avian flu in 2015. Aside the birds, eggs, farm implements, among other equipment were destroyed. Though some farmers were paid, 35 of them are yet to be paid. The farmers who depended on credit and other loan facilities from banks could not keep their farms running following the destruction. This is because creditors feared the farmers might not be in the position to clear the debts. Speaking to Joy Business, some farmers within Ashaiman and Kpong Katamanso said their businesses have collapsed over the 2-year period.
I've always had a facility from ADB for a long, long time, which has stopped. When it happened, I had a little balance to pay, so they advised me to come and pay it off, which I did. After 6 months, when I realized that the compensation was not coming, I tried to go back to them, but they didn't agree. They said they won't be able to give me any facility since I haven't been cleared. So the company as such is no more functioning.
I have a son, you see, in the university. As at now, people are helping, friends are helping me to take care of him. But when he comes back this year, this semester, and I don't get help, he has to defer. That's why it's a matter of fact. It's a blow. You see, now the school that is inside now, surviving is very difficult. The last time he was going, I didn't get a penny for him. So I'm pleading that they try and then compensate us.
Now, in other news, President of the Ghana Securities Industry Association, Reginald France, is advising stakeholders to pay attention to developments in all aspects of the financial market. Reginald France cited recent collapse of some banks as challenges that could have negative consequences on the financial markets. He spoke with Joy Business at the launch of this year's Capital Market Week.
According to the president of the Ghana Securities Industry Association, Reginald France, the week-long celebrations would, among other things, be used to deliberate on how to maintain investor confidence in the industry and ensure security of the industry as a whole. So the Capital Week celebrations has been officially launched under the theme ensuring the safety and security of Ghana's financial markets. Now, this particular week aims at improving Ghana's financial markets by looking at ways to mitigate challenges in this particular sector and how to improve investment in Ghana's stock exchange. Now, key among the issues that stood up was the fact that assets under management had seen some increment to about 70 billion cedis. However, the president of the GSIA, Reginald France, believes that there's still room for improvement.
Essentially, what has happened with defaulting banks and also government trying to ensure that banks are paid from the ESLA bonds on things that have occurred. These are systemic risks if people are extending credit and they are not being paid for. Defaults and NPRs in banks has a knock-off event to all aspects, because when they start writing the provisions off, the companies go under, and we begin to see that. And so I think we need to pay attention to what happens in one side of the market, whether it's on the banking side or whether it's on the listed equity side. There is a repercussion across board.
On his part, Director General for the Security and Exchange Committee, Reverend Ogbami Tete, reiterated the SEC's resolve to increase the capital requirement.
The minimum capital requirement has been very low for many years now. For a fund manager or an investment advisor, what we have currently is 100,000 Ghana cedis, and I think everybody agrees that it is really low. And if you want to have very strong institutions or operators who have the muscle to ensure that they are serving the client needs, they must have the backbone. So we are in the process. I think I gave the hint that there's going to be that upward revision. The plan is to do some engagement with the market because we believe that we want to get their buy-in, but we'll keep the overriding objective in view, which is to make sure that at the end of the day, we have very strong market operators. I want to believe that by the end of this month, would have started the engagement process with the market.
Activities for the celebrations include education for tertiary students on the capital market and the organization of debates. Sheila Tamaklo's report for Joy Business.
And that's all in business for now. There's more ahead on News Desk. Good morning.